Please stand up.
dał nam przykład Bonaparte, jak zwyciężać mamy. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski, za Twoim przewodem złączę się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski, za Twoim przewodem złączę się z narodem.
Thank you. You can sit down, please. My name is Marcin Tomkiel. I'm a press officer, and I would like to welcome you to the special ceremony, which is the awarding of diplomas to the graduates of medicine from the English division. I believe that you are in excellent moods, full of happiness and optimism. The world belongs to you. At the beginning, I invite the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine with the Division of Dentistry and the Division of English Language Education, Professor Irina Kowalska.
I have great honor and pleasure to welcome, first of all, you, graduates. I would like also warmly welcome the members of your families coming here. I welcome in our ceremony Professor Marcin Moniuszko, the Vice Rector for Science and Development. I welcome Professor Adrian Chabowski, Vice Rector responsible for education. We have now also your tutors. I welcome panią Mrs. Magdalenę Szkudlarek, everyone remember the Department of Anatomy. I also welcome Dr. Izabelę Bialuk from the Docent Izabela Bialuk is from the Department of General and Experimental Pathology, and together with us today is Professor Włodzimierz Łuczyński, the head of the Department of Medical Simulology and Hematology. I cordially welcome all guests in this special and very distinguished ceremony.
Thank you so much for a warm invitation, our rectors, our academic teachers. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Dean. And now I will invite academic teachers and speakers at the beginning. And one more time, I invite the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine with the Division of Dentistry and the Division of English Language Education, Professor Irina Kowalska. We are waiting for a speech.
So, dear graduates, we meet in our alma mater today to celebrate your success, finishing the medical faculty. This day is one of the most important in your professional career. In a few moments, you will receive the medical diploma. confirming that you are ready to begin your work as doctors. First, once again, let me thank your families for coming to this ceremony. I am always truly moved seeing you this time in this official tenue, surrounded by your families, representatives from the different generations, grandparents, parents, sisters, brothers, coming from different parts of the world. Once again, thank you for accepting our invitation to this ceremony. Thank you very much. But let's come back to some moments of your studies. Do you remember your first day here at the Medical University Białystok in early autumn 6 years ago? At that time, you joined the academic community of the Medical University of Białystok, and nobody thought that we would have to face the pandemic. For almost 2 years, you studied in extraordinary circumstances, which was not easy for both parts, you, students, and also us, academic teachers. Last year, the war in Ukraine destroyed the peace in Europe, giving all of us the feeling that we need to be prepared for unpredictable circumstances. All this happened during your stay here in Białystok. But today, please celebrate your success. Congratulations to all of you. We are very proud of you, the new graduates of the Faculty of Medicine of the Medical University of Białystok. Before you, still a lot of difficult professional tasks and challenges. So my message to all of you, be responsible, work hard, choose wisely, be kind to your patient and colleagues, never be afraid to ask for help, but first and foremost, enjoy what you do. Congratulations for all of you.
Thank you, Lady Dean. And I invite to take the floor Vice Dean for Development and Medical Education in English, Professor Tomasz Hryszko.
Welcome, but first of all, I need to confess that I'm not prepared. Because this night I was on call, and I thought, okay, I will have a lot of time to prepare a speech. But unfortunately, it started around 4. The first patient was sent with hyperkalemia with no vascular access. Later on, the patient was called for kidney transplant. And later on, the patient after kidney transplantation was sent to us because ketoacidosis. So, sorry, I didn't have time to prepare my speech. But if you think there will be no speech, you will be disappointed. It's okay, I need to tell you from the bottom of my heart. So, there are a few lessons. So, first, it's not a good advice to be a master of deadline. But as you see, something can happen and it makes impossible to do the things right. Second, as you see, you gained powers, yes? And those of you who are fans of Marvel, remember what Spider-Man said. With great powers comes Great. Responsibility, yes? So you gain the powers, and now it's time to learn responsibility for your choices, for your decisions, because you will be taking care after vulnerable patients. Yeah? They will be relying on your decisions, on your expertise and your knowledge. So, in fact, the journey begins. And as the Dean Kowalska said, do you remember the first day in Poland? But my question is, do you remember our meeting on Skype or Zoom? Okay. And many of you promised that I promise I will be diligent, I will be studying hard, because my dream is to become a doctor. So, you kept the word. You know, my fellow colleagues, doctors. So, this is the first proof of your responsibility. The second one is that sometimes it was tough. There were ups and downs. Sometimes you were angry with your tutors, with your fellows, and it wasn't easy to cope with all challenges. But you succeeded, you fulfilled your dreams, but please believe me that the challenge is beginning, and now it will be tough tasks. And the last lesson from my last night is that medicine is fun. It's challenging. It makes you happy if you succeed. And you still need to learn, and you still have to be prepared. And it's not boring like informatics. The computer will just do what you program. The people are different. Their diseases, they do not read books. So you must be still very sharp, accurate, and intelligent to find out the cause of the disease. So, not to be boring, I would like to congratulate your families and your fellows and your friends, because you should be proud of them. They succeeded. They finished a very, very tough 6 years, and now they are doctors. So, congratulations.
Please remember, medicine makes you happy, as said the rector. It's very important. I invite to take the floor Professor Marcin Moniuszko, Vice Rector for Science and Development.
You have to survive this. Graduation is about speeches as well. It's about you most of all, but it's also about speeches. Rectors, dear deans, dear graduates of 2023, dear sponsors, parents of our dear graduates. Congratulations on the completion of the most exciting studies, really, the most exciting studies you could have dreamt of, really, truly I mean it. Congratulations on receiving your degree. You have finished 6 years of studying, but if you think that you're done with studying, let me tell you, you're totally wrong. I'm going to confess you something. Let me tell you a secret. It's going to be some kind of medical coming out. After more than 20 years in this business, after having seen first hundreds then thousands of patients in the hospital, in an outpatient clinic, I have to study much more than back in medical school times. After having given hundreds of lectures to you, ladies and gentlemen, but also to my fellow physicians, I have to study even more than back in medical school times. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's because I'm not too smart, my brain is not that young as it used to be, so maybe it's the case only here. But I think it's also the case for anyone else. You may find it terrifying. I find it beautiful, truly beautiful. because we are studying about something exceptional, about us, about human beings, about our health. So I hope you'll find it beautiful as well. And if you think that ChatGPT is going to replace your studying, you're wrong again. It's going to help you, it's going to be of great help, and I'm telling this as a great fan of artificial intelligence. I'm a great fan. We've established here the Center for Artificial Intelligence in Medicine, but it's not going to replace you. It's going to help you. It's not going to replace you at all. Since we really have chosen the very exceptional occupation, the occupation that gives us a privilege to help people. To help people, and this is something that cannot be replaced by any algorithms. You know, this week, one of women has called me an angel. For the record, it wasn't my wife. It was one of the patients who was just really happy and grateful for helping her because she suffered from some kind of disease. And after all these years, it still makes me happy, it still makes me smile. And I hope it's going to be also the same in your case. And again, this is not a joke. You are truly exceptional. You're truly exceptional. You know why? Because you are very well prepared to live and work in a very difficult and ever-changing world. What is today's word? Multitude of cultures. You've had it here. Communication with people of different languages. You've had it here. That's today's word. You remember all these times, especially in the first years when you were going, let's say at 10 p.m. to Żabka store to ask for bread, milk and apples. So you know what is communication barrier. But you survived. You haven't, died of hunger. That means you survived. You can do it. So you're blessed with this kind of skills. You're truly blessed with this kind of skills. But you're also well prepared truly to live in a dangerous world. Pandemic, you've had it here. The other catastrophes, distance learning, you've had it here. You've had it here. War, we've been so close. We are so close. And you don't know what's going to happen. You've had it here. And you've survived. Your skills, your experience is truly exceptional. You will have, and you will be very, very good in this world, in this ever-changing, dangerous world. Your experience will be very exceptional, much better than those of your colleagues, friends that were just living in peaceful areas with their colleagues speaking the same language, the same culture, and so on and so on. Please consider your education here in foreign country as a treasure, as an asset that's going to really, truly pay off in the future. And we have chosen a truly exceptional occupation. Truly exceptional occupation. It's a mission. Of course, it's a job. We are not doing it for free. But still, it's mostly about helping patients. So that's something exceptional. And of course, you have some hidden superpowers as well. I especially admire one of these superpowers. For example, when the attendance list from the lectures suddenly is growing into the friendship list, so you have this skill of cloning yourself, and I truly admire this. So you have this hidden superpower. I'm a great fan of your skills. Please, for the future, please keep in mind that you are and you will be the part of our community, the part of our family, the family of Medical University of Białystok. And please remember, you are always welcome. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you for smart advices. Who will be missed for Żabka store? Everyone. Now I invite to take the floor Paulina Kolazin, the representative of the graduates. Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, distinguished faculty, doctors, parents, family, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023. I know many of you have certain expectations of this speech. I hope I succeed in meeting some of them by having it be a mix of sugar, laughter, and honesty. It's 6 years of our lives summarized into phrases on a few pages, so bear with me if it's a little long. We are finally here, graduation. I really wasn't sure if I'd see some of your faces here. The school definitely made sure to weed us out over the years, so we ended up with the best little bunch. We have finished medical school, but as doctors, we will be students for life. We will have to keep educating and bettering our knowledge and skills to keep up with the ever-changing field of medicine and the new medical advancements constantly being made. So never stop learning, never stop asking questions, never stop practicing, never stop listening, and never stop fighting for your patients. We have to keep at it and practice our newly taught skills, because practice makes what? Many of you probably were thinking perfect, because that's what you've been told. Practice makes perfect. But perfection is something you should strive for, but not something you should expect to achieve. Practice makes improvement. The more you do something, the better you will become at it. You will correct the mistakes and improve the technique, and you will gain the confidence needed for the procedure. You will become so good at it that it will become second nature to you. That is what practice and hard work will do. Some of you may graduate here still not knowing what's special about the splenic artery, or that one exact spot Dr. Komotsky asked you to place your stethoscope on to best hear the bell sounds. But if you don't know the menstrual cycle by now, then Lord help us, because we are doomed. With the amount of times it has been reviewed in a little room on the basement level of the hospital, it would be a shame to leave here and not know that as your bare minimum. We also had to learn how to navigate the school and hospital, but also the staff. We figured out what doctors could take a joke and which ones it was best not to try that tactic with. Some students and groups did it better than others. I must give Barish, or President Barish, as we called him, and his group of boys credit here, because they got away with everything. They needed class to end a little early, they got it. They needed a break, no problem. They wanted to start at 8:30 instead of 8 tomorrow, why not? For boys who did not speak a lick of Polish, you were superb and smooth at talking your way out of anything. Well, maybe that's not true. I did hear a co pani delega and a dziękuję and dzień dobry here and there. When it came to academics, we knew once we got past the three biggies, we'd be in the clear. Anatomy, pathophysiology, and internal medicine were the subjects we worried about and feared the most. They were the trials along our medical school journey. Despite these subjects being the hardest, they were essential for us as future doctors. Dr. Skudlarek made sure to pin the smallest, teeniest, tiniest things to both test our vision, our patience, but also our knowledge. Then, halfway through our studies, we were hit with pathophysiology, which made us question our decision of even choosing this career. Dr. Bialik was a stern teacher who had the ability to formulate questions that really made us have to think and figure out the answers. It could never just be a straightforward question and a straightforward answer. Maybe this was because in the future, we too will not have such straightforward patients and straightforward cases. And to finalize the trio of subjects, dun dun dun, internal medicine, which had us paralyzed with fear. Those who ended up at the cardiology department or the nephrology department, where they would face the dean himself, had an extra little sprinkle of angst added to their already stressful situation. From what I've heard, the internal exams this year made no exception and left many in tears. At the time, some of these teachers were the bane of our existence. It only took us until after we've taken the courses to realize that they truly wanted us to learn and not to take any shortcuts in the process. They were difficult teachers who taught difficult subjects, but they actually taught them. They explained and drilled the knowledge in our heads, making sure one way or another it got in. This is by far better than the teachers who sat in front of computer screens and read off lecture PowerPoints word for word. These educators, teachers, mentors, and doctors have spent time away from their families and careers to give us part of their lives in order to teach us the future generation of doctors. Doctors such as the ones we invited here today, many of which sadly could not make it due to previous obligations. To these doctors, bless your souls and thank you. Because sometimes your colleagues fail to do the same. In any aspect and any field, there are things to improve on. This also goes for our school. Things such as providing students with proper equipment, being told to clean our stethoscopes between patients but failing to provide us with the wipes to do so, examining patients with infectious diseases without being provided gloves sometimes, waiting in hallways or online for an hour for someone to show up or a lecture to start. These are where the improvements need to be made. This is where we need to do better. And this is why a good team matters. Good doctors, good teachers, and good mentors matter. I'm sure all of you have found at least one doctor here at UMB you can look up to who has impacted you. Some doctors radiate happiness, and their passion for their work is noticed. They love their field so much it makes you like it and become interested. They have impacted some of you students enough where you have considered their specialty when you previously have not. A specialty that was never on your radar became the one you are most interested in. These mentors will open doors and opportunities to you. Jobs you might not think are achievable might become so with one call or email from a mentor who has some weight in the field. You can't pay them back, but you can pay them forward. Be the best you can be in your field, whatever that may be. And in the future, if you can open doors and opportunities for colleagues and for those you mentor, please do so. We all know how much we needed it. We've also learned things beyond our academics. We've learned the maximum capacity in apartments. We've become good friends with local law enforcement along the way. They like to check on us Friday and Saturday nights. Sometimes they even write us love letters called mandats. Usually we avoided trouble, or at least nothing too problematic. Being your class representative was a role you guys sort of forced on me, but nonetheless, it was a job I took seriously and did my best to fulfill, a job I think I did well. The main thing this role has taught me is patience. The amount of questions I've had to answer after I've just given you the answers is countless. To one student in particular, you get the reward for this and deserve a shout out for being such a pain in the gluteus maximus. So Alvaro, this one's for you and your poor group members who've also dealt with your 1,000,001 questions. They say no question is stupid, but boy, did you keep trying to prove that wrong. I think I was a no funny business class kind of representative when it came to scheduling and organizing, but outside of the logistics, I made sure to throw in jokes and sarcasm to ease the ridiculous situations or senseless questions. But when it came time to defend you guys or argue for you, my class, I was serious and didn't hold back. I'd like to think I managed to do so in an eloquent yet stern manner with my emails to the dean's office, which could get lengthy at times. But I'll let Dean Krishka and Mrs. Natasha be the judges of that one. I had no problem telling them the harsh truths, and they had no problem doing the same back times two. Despite all this, we had a good relationship. I will slightly digress, and I will say my Polish phone number ends in 911. So I'm sure every time Mrs. Natasha saw my number, she panicked a little inside, not knowing what a problem or emergency or what it would be this time around. I would like to personally thank both Dean Krishka and Mrs. Natasha on behalf of our class. During our studies, we have truly been through a lot. We have experienced a pandemic, a war with neighboring countries, and many, many more struggles we did not speak of. This generation of doctors is stronger for it. The pandemic greatly impacted our studies and changed the way many view doctors. It's easy to forget that doctors have their own lives, families, and struggles beyond the hospital. Throughout your studies, many of you experienced other events that challenged you. Some of you have experienced a loss of a loved one. Some have gotten health scares. Some have gotten new diagnoses. Some have experienced traumas, and the list goes on. Many of you fought these battles in silence. Many do not know what you've been through to get here today, how hard it truly was to get here today. We cannot talk about these struggles without talking about support. So let's talk about our support system, your families. Here they all are. The men and women who raised you, mothers, fathers, grandparents, uncles, aunts, and siblings. They're all here. These are the people who sacrificed for you and created opportunities for you to be here. These are the people who kept you afloat when you were drowning and your world was falling apart. These are the people you can lean on and go back to when things get tough. They are your bedrock. We definitely do not give them enough credit and way too seldom thank them for all that they have done. So this one is for the families. I thank you for the love and the support throughout these years. I also can't forget the friendships and relationships that UMB has created. They say Friends are the family we choose, and I saw some inseparable pairs here at UMB. When our friends and families were hundreds of miles away, we needed a support system that was much closer. This is where our classmates came in. Our clinical groups were the faces we saw on a daily basis that helped us through these last few years of medical school together. So, we also owe our fellow classmates and clinical groups a big thank you for their help throughout our journey. I would therefore like to thank, quickly, my group personally, Group H's Irma Pune, Samaha, and Sophia Camp. You four have been rock stars, sharing the same struggles, blood, sweat, tears, and everything else makes it easier to relate. We were there for each other's highs and lows. We celebrated past exams and life's victories together, but also complained together, failed together, got angry together, and sometimes even cried together. I'd also like to thank an unofficial member of Group H, my brother John Collagen, with his countless hours and research. He has helped my group as well as many other classmates when needed. Thank you to all of you, my fellow classmates, for the support and the memories. I'm sure some of you will never talk to or see each other again, but out of this lot, all of us have at least some friends here for life. And for those who we might not keep in touch with, there will be one day in the future where you are reading a medical article or listening to the news, and I hope you hear a familiar name. A classmate who's found a cure, or made a medical discovery, or did philanthropic work and brought awareness to an important cause. And it makes you smile, knowing how far they've come, how much good they've done. In the future, there might be a moment where you're talking to your child or spouse, or maybe just casually sitting in a bar with a friend, and you will recall a memory you shared with someone here and laugh. I know I leave here with many funny stories and the fondest of memories. I hope you all also leave here today with an outweighing number of positive memories, lifelong friends, mentors to count on, a new career, and most importantly, a diploma. Congratulations, class of 2023. Thank you.
I see tears on your faces. It's so emotional speech. Thank you. Now I would like to invite you to the Rector's Honorary Diploma and Special Awards. At the beginning, Vice Rector, Professor Marcin Maniuszko, presents the Rector's Diploma to Mr. Jonas Mustafa Aliasin.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonas Aliasin. After 6 years, the day we have been waiting for has finally arrived. A special day, a happy day, a day of joy. In my journey here, I would first want to thank God, the Almighty. Without God's help, nothing for me in this life would be possible. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. I would also like to give a special thanks to my brother, Joseph, who is also graduating with us here today, for always being by my side and my strongest support. My parents, for their unconditional love and encouragement throughout every challenge and support. And a thanks to my siblings, our professors, our teachers, our rectors, and the secretary and staff from the Dean's office, and everyone else that have been a part of my journey here. Without you, I wouldn't have the medical knowledge I now have. And I would like to end this talk with a quote, a very important quote for me that I live by every day. sacrifice today so we can live a better day tomorrow. So thank you. Thank you, Medical University of Bialystok.
Thank you and congratulations. The Dean, Professor Tomasz Hryszka, presents the Dean's distinction for participation in the work for the university and the academic community to Dr. Paulina Koladzyn.
Sorry, but I need to add one footnote. I do not know whether you realize that the Rector's Award for the very first time was awarded to English division student. So you are the first in the whole history of MUB. So congratulations.
And Dr. Eric Latoch gives thanks to Dr. Paulina Koladzyn for volunteering at the Children's Oncology and Hematology Clinic.
Just 2 words, because I think it's worth saying that. Paulina with her brother, John Philip Koladzyn, and friends raised over 20,000 zloty for children in the pediatric oncology department at teaching hospital. And this donation was used to equip the playroom and purchase games, TV, monitors, and some electronic devices. So as you know, such equipment is very important at our clinic, especially during the long hospital stays, because it helps children forget about the treatment and provides them a temporary escape. So I would like to thank from the bottom of our hearts to the Koladzyns, you and your brother, for the fundraising and volunteer work, and I hope we look forward together in the foreseeable future. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now it's a very important event will take place during our celebration, the Physician's Pledge of Service. The pledge is accepted by Dean Professor Irina Kowalska. Graduates, please stand up and repeat after the Dean.
So please repeat. I accept with respect and gratitude to my masters, the conferred title of physician, and being fully aware of the related obligations, I pledge. To diligently fulfill my duties, to serve human life and health, to prevent suffering and diseases, to provide aid to patients to the best of my knowledge, irrespective of race, nationality, political views, financial status, and others. Solely for the purpose of their well-being. and showing them due respect. Not to breach patient trust and to maintain confidentiality even after their death. To uphold the dignity of the medical profession and not to dishonor it. To treat my colleagues with due kindness. Not undermining confidence in them, yet behaving impartially and bearing in mind the well-being of patients. To constantly extend my medical knowledge and to share with the medical world all I shall be able to discover, invent, and improve. I make this pledge solemnly. Thank you.
Thank you. You can sit down. And now, the most emotional part of our celebration, the diplomas will be awarded by the Dean, Professor Tomasz Hryszko. Tak w tą stronę? Patrz.
Hamid Ahakzai. Jan Michael Ach. Riyad Hamad Al-Husseini. Hadiye Alizadeh. Jonas Mustafa Al-Yassin. Joseph Mustafa Al-Yassin. Mohammed Zain Arshad. Simon Baumann. Bernd Olaf Bremdahl. Sofia Kamp. Alvaro Cardona Barquin. Faik Celepi. Ariadna Kompany Jakutot. Adem Elsmari. Puneh Esmail. Jonas Aleksander Esik. Esther Goldberg. Ana González Cazorla. Helena Ross Hannesdottir. Sophie Hoffman. Hannah Hoyer. Corbinian Huber. Hasibullah Ibrahimi. Cornelia Iversen. Sylwia Jabłońska. Adam Jakubowski. Paulina Janiak. Peter Johansen. Paulina Koladzyn. William Koladzyn. Sandra Kurylonek. Jonas Lebek. Samaha Mohammed. Henrik Naverdal. Francine Nia Tapczek. Sofia Pingsman. Julio Ross Sanz. Irma Sejdowicz. Samat Sherzad. Nicolas Sipel. Jennifer Sykes. Maria Thorbjørnsen. Paula Tolosano Serrano. Ana Tortajada Roman. Damian Tyborowski. Boris Jurtgul. Ayman Zanouzi.
One more time, congratulations for all of you. Your parents are so proud of you. So, please stand up one more time. We will hear the anthem of our university.
Tam, gdzie Podlasia zielone serce bije i gdzie Branickich pałac dumnie trwa, uczelnia nasza od wielu lat żyje i szczytne cele w swym działaniu ma. Medyczna uczelnia to kadra rzetelna, kształci medyków, wysyła ich w świat, a zdrowie pacjenta to dla nich rzecz święta. Hipokratesa szanują od lat. W mieście, gdzie planty i gdzie kościuszki rynek uczą w cierpieniu ludziom pomoc nieść, tutaj wydziały i kliniki słynne wskażą, jak czyny przekuć mądrą treść. Medyczna uczelnia to kadra rzetelna, kształci medyków, wysyła ich w świat, a zdrowie pacjenta to dla nich rzecz święta. Hipokratesa szanują od lat.
Thank you. Sit down, please. Madam Dean, could I ask you to conclude and thank the participants of our ceremony?
So, dear graduates, dear guests, even the most important ceremony has to be closed. But let me thank those engaged in the organization of this ceremony. I would like to extend my thanks to this year, especially to Mrs. Natasha Zadykowicz. Mrs. Monika Korenkiewicz. And Mrs. Justyna Kurcewicz, who is a head of the Dean's Office. And now please look up. There is the choir. I extend my thanks to choir conductor, Professor Anna Moniuszko. And once again, congratulations to all of you, dear graduates. We are too proud of you.
Post iubundam juventutem, post molestam selectutem, nos haberit humus, nos haberit humus. Vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat membrum qualimet, vivat membra quelimet, semper sic in flore, semper sic in flore.
I would like to thank the guests who honored us with their presence. Congratulations of success of the graduates of the Medical University of Białystok. You are looking like happy people. Yes? Okay. So now time when you can throw your cups up, but let me count. 1, 2, 3, okay? Watch on chandeliers. So the photographer is ready. Okay. Then after that, we will take the photo outside. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. One more time, bravo. Okay, the time for photo outside of the palace in the garden area. Thank you so much.